This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Night 3 of the Democratic National Convention has wrapped up, ending on a historic note.
Senator Kamala Harris has accepted the Democrats' nomination for Vice President. Amy Reed live in studio to run us through the highlights. Amy?
And beyond that note of history, we saw Democrats go from broad attacks on President Trump's leadership to specific things they say Joe Biden would do differently. We saw Democrats talking about policy proposals on climate change, gun violence, and immigration in the first hour. And as we moved into the second hour, there was a focus on women in leadership and Biden's political history of getting the Violence Against Women Act passed. Democrats also talked about economic recovery, again going to stories of people throughout the country, this time people who own small businesses. One of the big speakers tonight was former President Barack Obama, who said this election is about preserving our democracy.
Democracy was never meant to be transactional. You give me your vote, I make everything better. It requires an active and informed citizenry. So I'm also asking you to believe in your own ability, to embrace your own responsibility as citizens, to make sure that the basic tenets of our democracy endure.
My mother taught me that service to others gives life purpose and meaning. And oh, how I wish she were here tonight, but I know she's looking down on me from above.
Senator Kamala Harris brings us to the first thing to know about tonight. This was a historic moment for the country, as Harris is the first South Asian woman and first black woman to be made the vice presidential candidate on a major party ticket. Number 2, former U.S. Representative Gabriella Giffords gave a speech about finding your voice in this election, especially powerful given her recovery from a gunshot wound to the head in 2011. Number 3, Democrats want to prove it's not just Democrats that support Biden. They put together a compilation of Republicans from across the country, including Wisconsin, who say they are not supporting Trump this November.
Amy, thank you. A group called Bikers for Trump arrived in Milwaukee today in an effort to show support for the president during the DNC. The group started its journey in West Bend and rode into downtown Milwaukee, where they stopped right outside the DNC security perimeter. During the day, the group made some noise and made its presence known with large Trump flags and signs. The majority of the group has since dispersed tonight. Tomorrow, the final day of the convention, that's when Joe Biden will formally accept the presidential nomination, and Wisconsin U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin will also give a speech. News 3 Now, channel3000.com. We'll continue to have complete coverage, and away from your TV, we invite you to download our News 3 Now app.
As a counter to the Democratic National Convention, Republicans are taking aim at Wisconsin this week. Vice President Mike Pence visited Darien today to tour the tank craft manufacturing facility. Pence says the administration is creating jobs at a rapid pace.
We stand at a crossroads of freedom. Before us lie 2 paths. But I know the people of Wisconsin and America are going to choose the path of freedom and opportunity.
On multiple occasions in today's speech, Vice President Pence criticized Democratic leaders for not coming to Wisconsin for the DNC, pointing to his multiple trips to Wisconsin this summer alone as his devotion to the state.
Well, let's go to meteorologist Dana Fulton now with a look at our firstborn forecast. Dana?
Still in a sunny pattern with temperatures in the low 80s. This afternoon, we climbed a little bit above average, about 81 in Madison for our high, but we started the day off in the low 50s. Again, that clear sky allows our temperatures to swing quite a bit just in a very short period of time. Tomorrow, a repeat of today's performance. Continued warm and partly sunny in the low 80s for our afternoon highs. The temperatures will stay pretty steady into the weekend. We do still have a slight chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm on Saturday, but that chance for any measurable rainfall keeps dwindling. We continue to see sunny skies into next week, and our dry trend through much of the 10-day will hold tightly, but we'll take a closer look at that rain chance for Saturday and what we might see for next week in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. New tonight, Middleton police say someone has been stabbed on North High Point Road. Happened just before 9 p.m. Police say they believe 2 people were in an argument which led to the stabbing. The victim is being treated for their injuries. 2 people are in custody in connection to an attempted burglary. It happened in the village of Cross Plains. Ended with shots being fired just after 2 a.m. Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney says a homeowner found 3 intruders in the garage. The homeowner confronted the suspects and fired a handgun into the air. The suspects returned fire and drove off in a stolen Toyota Toyota Highlander.
Middleton police are also investigating 2 shots fired incidents that happened around the same time as the Cross Plains incident this morning. They say it's part of a disturbing trend in recent weeks. Madeline O'Neill is live in Middleton with more. Maddie?
Middleton police say in the last 2 weeks they've had 5 shots fired incidents. That's the amount they usually see in a year or 2. They say car thefts are up as well, something we're seeing throughout the county.
It's highly unusual for Middleton.
With shell casings found in the Century Avenue area after a reported disturbance around 3:30 Wednesday morning, and reports of shots fired several blocks away 2 hours before that. Middleton Police Captain Travis Kukuski says the recent high level of gun activity may be connected to an uptick in gun violence in Madison and other parts of Dane County.
Up until recently, we've kind of been somewhat sheltered from that, so things are finally starting to spill over a little bit into Middleton.
We're seeing more shooting incidents. We're seeing almost every day we're seeing cars stolen.
Also on Wednesday morning, Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney says a homeowner on Lewis Street in Cross Plains woke up just after 2 a.m. to find 3 strangers in his garage who got inside with a garage opener they had taken from an unlocked vehicle. As the intruders left in a Toyota Highlander stolen from the town of Middleton, the homeowner fired a shot in the air, and those in the Highlander returned fire.
It was very fortunate that the homeowner was not struck, injured, or killed.
Mahoney is urging residents everywhere to lock their house, garage, and car doors.
These individuals are very indiscriminate where they commit their crimes of opportunity. And so wherever you are, in a major city, in one of our villages, in the townships, or in our most rural areas, please, please work with the sheriff's office, secure your property, lock your doors.
In Middleton, Kukuski says area agencies are working together to find those responsible.
We are concerned about it and taking it very seriously.
The homeowner who fired a shot is not facing charges at this time, but Mahoney says he doesn't recommend others do that because it can just make a situation more dangerous. Now, here in Middleton, those recent shots fired incidents haven't led to any injuries, but did damage 2 properties here.
New tonight, we're hearing of a similar story from the same Cross Plains neighborhood. According to a post on the Village's Nextdoor page, this surveillance video shows 3 people attempting to open a service door to a garage around 1:50 a.m. The door was locked, so the individuals moved on. We have not been able to confirm whether it is the same people involved in the other Cross Plains case.
The former Madison East High School teacher facing federal child pornography charges is now facing 7 additional charges. David Cruckton is now charged with 14 counts of attempting to produce child pornography through the use of hidden recording devices and 1 count of transporting minors from Wisconsin to Minnesota with the intent to produce that content. The charges stem from a school trip to Minnesota that Cruckton chaperoned. If convicted, he faces a mandatory minimum penalty of 15 years, a maximum of 30 years in federal prison, and that's on each count.
Another 8 deaths linked to COVID-19 were reported today in Wisconsin, as well as more than 550 new cases. The statewide total case number is now above 67,000, with about 12% of them still active. As for the percent positive, that is up a fraction from yesterday. Health officials say 7% of the tests over the past 24 hours came back positive. With UW students on their way back to campus, local doctors say the ball is in their court to help limit the spread of the virus. Online classes should help with distancing. Most of Madison's classes are virtual, but there are still some in-person classes as well. Then there's the issue of dorms and student housing, where social distancing doesn't always happen. Dr. Jeff Potoff with UW has a simple but pointed suggestion for young adults. Trust him. Listen to the doctors.
Although it's true that younger people tend not to get as sick, it's not a universal truth. They're not immune from the disease. There will be plenty of college kids in that age bracket who do get very sick. Some of them will have lifelong disabilities.
Dr. Potoff says this is a real concern for hospitals. The last thing they want to see is a lot of people ending up in the emergency room, overwhelming the system.
New tonight, the Lake Mills School District has decided to start its school year with all in-person learning. Sports will also be played in the fall. The school board held a special meeting this evening. Class is scheduled to start on September 8th. Authorities in Michigan are trying to identify the person who flew an airplane under the Mackinac Bridge late last month. A Coast Guard crew captured the video of the incident. It took place just before 3 p.m. This was Sunday, June 28th, as many people were traveling ahead of the 4th of July holiday. The Guard's investigative service and the Michigan State Police are looking for clear photos, video, or any other information from the public that may help them identify the aircraft involved here. They say hundreds of vehicles were on the bridge at the time.
It will take community support to help generate more than $6 million for a new fire station. But the men and women who depend on that building say it would be money well spent. Tahlil Mohideen shares why they say it's time for a change.
It's home not so sweet home for firefighters in Cambridge.
We're still using it, of course, but we're very cramped here.
None of the firefighters live here, but they know the building well.
It's just too dangerous for the people getting dressed and trucks moving in and out of the building.
A lot has changed since 1984 when the fire station on Highway 12 was built.
We've probably doubled our numbers in terms of incidents.
That means more equipment and more people to use it, and this building simply can't keep up.
It's just difficult that, you know, you don't have enough filing cabinet, you don't have enough space for the proper vehicles in your station.
That forces EMS crews to live across the street, which slows down response time.
Somebody's having a cardiac event, it's life and death. So if we get there 2 minutes earlier, we can start providing them the oxygen that their brain needs to survive.
Station representatives say it's not just the community safety that would be improved with a remodel.
They found out in the last 5 to 10 years that firefighters are having a number of health issues due to the apparatus and your turnout gear in the same room.
Plans for the new multi-million-dollar facility would include in-house dormitories, a training space, and larger offices. In Cambridge, Tahlil Mohideen, News 3 Now.
Should the area's Fire and EMS Commission decide to move forward with the remodel, the project will be sent to referendum currently slated for April 2021. If it passes in each of the 5 municipalities served by Cambridge area EMS, the new station could be built as early as 2023.
And still to come tonight, your updated first warn forecast, plus some incredible video. An emergency landing this morning in Los Angeles. We'll show you and tell you the story behind it next.
Stock up during the Hy-Vee brand sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Earn a 1-cent fuel saver on every Hy-Vee product. That's right, earn a 1-cent fuel saver on hundreds of Hy-Vee products across the store this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, only at Hy-Vee.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Right now, you'll get everything from Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana with blowout savings, like a Maytag washer for $3.99 and a Maytag dryer for just $3.99. And you'll always get more from the More store, like our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. The Everything's on Sale sale, with more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction on everything. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
It's the end of summer and Mother Nature is still bringing the heat. We're in a summer daze. Why not sleep better at night, find cool comfort in your family room, or extend the season on your porch with a quality ceiling fan from Madison Lighting? They're all on sale right now. Reduce your energy costs in summer and winter with a ceiling fan like this. Hurry and save during Madison Lighting's last ceiling fan sale of summer. Sale ends August 29th.
Mr. Cooper, Steinhoffels is dangerously overstocked. You and your sales team must liquidate over $3 million in furniture immediately. This will be the biggest and best warehouse sale in our history. Here is just a fraction of the furniture that needs to be sold at all costs during Steinhoffels' warehouse sale. But warning, this sale will self-destruct on Sunday, and Steinhoffels will disavow any knowledge of prices this low. Good luck, Michael.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get $1,500 customer cash on a new 2020 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid. Toyota.
It's the Hy-Vee brand sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Earn a 1-cent fuel saver on every Hy-Vee product. Get eggs for 69 cents, bread for 79 cents, pasta sauce for 88 cents, and peanut butter for just 99 cents. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee.
Road closures, slick conditions, poor visibility. Don't let traffic delays mess with your commute. Watch News 3 Now for an accurate first warn traffic report so you know what to expect before you head out the door. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Oh, it was a scary moment caught on camera this morning. This was at LAX when the landing gear on a FedEx cargo plane malfunctioned. The pilot ended up making this emergency very hard landing. It sent fire and sparks shooting from the plane's belly. Only 2 people were on board this Boeing 767. It took off from Newark. One man was hurt, taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The FAA now trying to figure out exactly what went wrong with that landing gear. Southwest Airlines today says it's trimming the number of flights this fall after a modest improvement in August bookings. The airline says its number of available seats will be down about 40% in September compared to a year ago. There will also be similar reduced capacity for October flights. Southwest said the fall schedule capacity is due to inconsistency in passenger demand and booking trends.
A big milestone for Apple. It's now the first company in the U.S. to be worth more than $2 trillion. Apple's stock briefly hit the mark this morning after shares surged nearly 60% this year. It comes just over 2 years after Apple stock reached the $1 trillion mark. President Trump is calling for the boycott of an American company, Goodyear Tires. He tweeted this morning, "Don't buy Goodyear tires. They announced a ban on MAGA hats. Get better tires for far less." The tweet comes after a Goodyear employee posted a photo of a company policy alleging banning Make America Great Again and other political attire in the workplace. Goodyear issued a statement saying the picture in question was not created or distributed by Goodyear Corporate. The Girl Scouts of the USA has appointed its first ever black CEO. Former ExxonMobil lawyer Judith Batty is now interim CEO. It is a major milestone for the Girl Scouts. The youth leadership organization's history included racially segregated troops in its early years. Batty herself is a former Girl Scout.
Take a look at our forecast now. Meteorologist Dana Fulton joining us now with a look at the final few days of the work week. Dana?
Moving through the work week and still very summery outside. High pressure keeping things clear throughout the Midwest, not just for southern Wisconsin, but we have dry skies through Iowa, through Illinois and Indiana, and into Ohio. As that high pressure is moving just a little further east, though, we're on the backside of it. So we're seeing our breeze now coming from the southwest. Well off to the west, our next cold front that'll bring a small chance for showers on Saturday. Still gaining a little bit of steam, not seeing all that moisture gathering up yet, but it is going to push in our direction over the next few days. Overnight, we're mostly clear. Temperatures will be near 60 degrees for early Thursday morning, and Thursday afternoon, high temperatures will be climbing close to 80. Afternoon highs heading into Friday, also sunny outside. Those high temperatures in the low 80s. You can see our warm breeze pushing in from the southwest, helping those temperatures climb over the next few days and also pushing a little more moisture in. So our humidity will start to become a little more of a factor. Those rain chances for early Saturday morning. This is a look just after midnight, likely staying north of the Dells and north of La Crosse. In the afternoon, we will be partly sunny with a slight chance for an isolated shower or storm. It will be very humid outside, so not ruling out the chance for a quick shower to pop up, but much of the area is going to stay dry for this weekend. Those rain chances really just for Saturday. In fact, as we look ahead through all of next week, notice the rain likely north for Rhinelander. This moves us through the work week, and we don't have any more shower opportunities developing for southern Wisconsin. It's not until we get into Friday and Saturday, so the very end of the week, rain chances start to build in. It seems likely a lot of the heavier rainfall will stay to the south, but that's still well out at the end of our 10-day forecast before we have any measurable rainfall. And we could use a little bit of rain. Abnormally dry towards La Crosse. The ground's starting to get just a little crusty and brown, so a steady summer shower would be a really good thing for us. Temperature trend, likely we will be above average moving towards the end of August, and we are seeing a little warmer weather develop towards the end of the 10-day. Tomorrow, 81 the high, partly sunny and continued warm outside, very Augusty, very summery. And that stays for the rest of the work week and into the weekend. Our temperatures climbing a little more. Friday and Saturday will be in the mid to low 80s with partly sunny skies. There's a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. As you just saw, not a great opportunity to pick up a lot of rain. Sunshine for Sunday and Monday. Temperatures will be in the low 80s for afternoon highs. Partly sunny for the middle of the week. And by the end of the week, we'll have another chance for showers and storms starting to brew in. And our temperature trend looks like we'll be in the mid to upper 70s, close to average for then.
Nice job there.
Sunshine, yeah.
It's impressive.
We're keeping steady. I know. Yeah. You've got a lot of pool days mixed in, a lot of time to enjoy summer.
And we will do that.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Well, just heading sports, the Brewers loving the long ball tonight. What the Crew's outfield did to the Twins in the batter's box tonight in Minneapolis. Zach's in next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales and rewards like fuel points, all for prices that are lower than the everyday low. So go ahead, get lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
Hey, you guys gonna get started? We're just waiting for the activation fee. But I already paid for the day. Yeah, and then it's $100 to activate us. Activate you? Mm-hmm. What are you, a cyborg?
It's crazy to charge people for things they already bought.
I'm gonna get my wallet.
That's why at US Cellular, we speak fair and never charge activation fees. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
Joe Biden says,
if you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
That means middle-class families, small businesses, and seniors pay higher taxes. It's the biggest tax increase in history.
Citizenship for 11 million undocumented folks.
That means 11 million illegal immigrants competing for American jobs, eligible for free health care, Social Security, and Medicare. America can't afford Joe Biden.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader. But with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to reducing stubborn body fat? Cool Sculpting. Book a free consultation to learn how Cool Sculpting is different at Robertson.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Gobin Cars Grand Opening Sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Gobin Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
The Brewers outfield has the potential to bring a lot of firepower to the batter's box with Christian Yelich, Avi Garcia, and sometimes Ryan Braun swinging away. So far this year, they've combined for 6 home runs, and the trio would add to that tonight against the Twins. Crew down 1-0 in the third, and Braun grips it and rips it for a 2-run shot to left. That's his first homer of the year. Milwaukee put up 4 runs in the frame. And then in the 5th, Yelich gets in on that 2-run homer action. His 6th of the year puts the Brewers up 6-1. Then a couple batters later, Garcia would blast a 2-run bomb. 3 outfielders, 3 2-run home runs. Brewers win 9-3. When it comes to the Packers running back room, the talk this offseason has been Aaron Jones and his contract year, and Green Bay's second-round draft pick A.J. Dillon and the size of his legs. Really, nothing's been said about Jamal Williams, who's coming off his best season as a Packer, but that's just fine with Williams. He's been a little busy running away from rattlesnakes this summer.
I was working out on mountains with rattlesnakes and stuff like that. So, you know, not a lot of people like rattlesnakes. You know, not a lot of people like running hills at, 12 o'clock in the afternoon when it's like 110. So, but that's just the stuff that I felt was things that I wanted to be great. I want to be great like Sweetness, how he was, and his work ethic in the off season.
Saying game one of the playoffs didn't go the Bucs' way would be an understatement. They trailed the Magic for basically the entire game and lost to the 8th seed. But if you thought that was tough, how about today's practice? The Bucs had to rewatch that performance, learn from it, and then quickly forget it because game 2 tips off tomorrow. Now, as far as the confidence level of the #1 seed in the East, still pretty high.
It was intense. It was learning. It was humble, but it was still aggressive. It was assertive. It was just, we wish that tomorrow was today. Our confidence isn't rattled. Do we know our urgencies has to increase? Absolutely. No question about that.
Steve Stricker playing in the Charles Schwab Series down in Ridgedale, Missouri, and the Edgerton native had a nice little round. On 8, Stricker rolls in the chirper. He's 4 under, 3 shots back. Jerry Kelly sits at 1 under. Forward Madison taking on Union Omaha, and just like last game, they struck early. Mike Vang sends it in, and Eric Leonard gets ahead on it and takes it corner pocket for his first professional goal. Flamingos go up 1-0. Owls would tie it, and they'd finish in a 1-1 draw. Forward Madison, though, does have the better bird. We'll be right back.
Header into the back of the net.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on over 400 new Hondas. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Check out Turf Champ Grass Seed at Menards. It's great for seeding new lawns or repairing existing ones. Pick up a 3-pound bag of sunny or shade grass seed for just $6.49 each after 11% rebate. Spectra Metals gutter systems are essential for collecting and controlling rainwater from your roof. $4.99 per 10-foot section after 11% rebate. Save on your home improvement projects at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
In these trying times, we're here for dads. Hy-Vee Aisles Online has more pickup and delivery times that fit your schedule, so you have more time to be the chef, plumber, coach, barber, driving instructor, night manager, storyteller, and, depending on how back-to-school time goes, teacher. With all the roles you play, it's time to let us be your grocery shopper, so you can have more time for work time, school time, playtime, dinner time, and me time. Hy-Vee Aisles Online. We're here for dads.
When you put money in a big bank, there it goes. But when you keep your money at Associated Bank, it gets invested close to home. It might become this family's renovation or help this little one's college fund. It could build local business or your favorite neighborhood spot. Because when you bank with Associated Bank, your money works in your community. All you have to do is make a simple choice. Send your money there or keep it here. Associated Bank. Your money works here.
The worst president in history's billion-dollar campaign is failing. Trump is behind in the polls, losing in places he should win, and barely holding on everywhere else. It's looking good, right? Wrong. This isn't over. We're fighting against Donald Trump. We know he'll lie, cheat, suppress the vote, stoke racial hate and economic chaos to win. Trump is counting on you to relax, to stop fighting, to think this election is over. It's not over until his enablers are defeated. We can't take anything for granted. Register, volunteer, get your absentee ballot, vote early, stay in this fight. Your vote and your hard work make all the difference because you know the choice we face, America or Trump. The Lincoln Project is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Shopko Optical.
This year marks 100 years since women got the right to vote, and a farmer in Eau Claire is celebrating in a way only she can. Laura Leffel carved this design into her cornfield. The higher you go, you'll start to see her design that she created in the corn maze to honor the ratification of the 19th Amendment. It's a picture of a suffragette, and above her, the word vote is carved into the corn.
Pretty amazing, and we're hoping our farmers can see a little bit of rain, but it just isn't happening, Dana.
Unfortunately, it's not. It's very summery outside and a little dry as we look ahead to the 10-day, starting to get a little below average with our precipitation coming through. Partly sunny skies for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Temperatures climbing to the mid-80s by Saturday for afternoon highs. There's going to be a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, but otherwise the rest of the 10-day looking really dry until the end of next week.
And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
It is certainly not a surprise to this editorial board that former Governor Tommy Thompson is seizing the opportunity of serving as president of the UW system to encourage greater investment in the UW to leverage the system in meeting the immediate and future needs of Wisconsin. As always, Thompson understands the impact the UW has on the state's economy and the impact it can have on recovering from the pandemic. As important, he sees the importance of the UW in serving underrepresented and underserved populations and in the hopes and dreams of every student who wants to attend a UW system campus. He is not cavalier. Before requesting a 3.5% budget increase, he cut administrative spending by $10 million. But his tuition forgiveness initiative and borrowing plans are investments in the Wisconsin idea and are exactly what the UW, students, the state, and its citizens need right now.